Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. We are in week 4 of our wedding workflow series. I can't believe we're already here. We have already talked about booking clients. We've talked about prepping them for their engagement session and for their wedding day and how to successfully back up your images. This week, I want to talk to you guys about album design and print fulfillment. So where does that fit into my workflow? How do I go ahead and get the approval for these albums and move the needle on a project like an album with my clients? Before we go ahead and dive in, I want to remind you guys, if you haven't already grabbed the guide, it's down below. It's going to be the wedding workflow guide, and it has everything that we've talked about and more. So I'm going to talk to you even more in depth about how I design my slides and things like that we may not have time to get into today. So be sure to grab that so you can follow along. I absolutely love albums. I think having an album is just a beautiful keepsake of a couple's wedding day. It's very truly their first heirloom. So I try to educate my clients that to think beyond Instagram and Facebook and social media sharing and think about physical prints and physical products and what that will mean to their children and their family to be passed on. So I really, really value album design, and for that reason, I provide fine art products. And I like to be able to design those and customize those for my clients. At this point in the process, we have just delivered their files. So I'm going to prompt them to design their album as soon as they've received their final gallery. So I've sent them their gallery, and I'm going to follow up and have them favorite through the gallery by pressing the heart icon 15 to 20 images. And this really allows me lots of creative freedom to know what I can add and what I can add so that they don't have faces in the creases and things like that design-wise, but also so that I can get a little indicator of what they loved about their wedding pictures and what they would really like to see in their final design. So I ask them to favorite their images. I go ahead and download those images and add my own. And I make their first draft of the design in a design software called Fundy. Using the Fundy designer, I go ahead and I export those designs and I send them to my couple, asking them for approval. So they do have 2 rounds of edits, and they can decide whether or not they want to move forward and go to print with that first design, or if they'd like to tweak some things, maybe move an image, make it bigger, substitute something, things like that. Once they've approved the design, I have them pick an album cover and material. So I have leather and linen and all kinds of different colors. So they decide what color option would look best for their wedding pictures. And then I go ahead and I send it to print. So if you want to see a little more of the behind the scenes of the layout and the design and really creating custom storybook albums, you can find that in the guide below. The second product offering that I have for my brides and grooms are print boxes. So I have fine art keepsake boxes and I have fine art prints. So the boxes can be ordered through me, and I also order those prints as well. And the other option that they have is to go through the gallery. So when I send them their final gallery, I let them know that if they'd like to order some prints, maybe for grandma or for Christmas presents or for cards, that kind of thing, they can easily do that through the gallery. And the beauty of that for me is that they are able to get fine art, high quality prints, and I don't have to fulfill any of it. So it goes directly through a lab, and I don't have to do any of the ordering or the sizing or going to the UPS store every time I want to ship something. So that's how I deal with print fulfillment. That really concludes how I go ahead and go through each and every touch point, making sure that each bride and groom feel taken care of, that these albums are completely custom to them, and that I don't end up wasting too much time trying to go back and forth with them over image selection and things like that. So this really streamlines the process and makes it so that I can deliver something completely unique to my bride and groom without spending too much time on it. Next week, we are going to be talking about blogging, social media sharing, and of course, getting published and where this comes into my workflow with each and every client. So if you're getting value out of this and you don't want to miss out on future episodes, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you'd like to hear in the future. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.